Let's bring to the stage Blood Money Sketch!
All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the quarterly meeting of the Northern Alabama Municipal Business Logging Association, or NAMBLA for short. Now, I would like to take a minute, as I do every meeting, and say that if you believe you are in the wrong meeting, or that perhaps you have us confused with a different organization, just go ahead and leave now. There are no judgments here. All right, fantastic. So again, to reiterate, at this NAMBLA meeting, we will be discussing issues related to the cultivation of timber within the corporate limits of cities such as Birmingham. Just that, and not anything else. All right, fantastic. Great. First up, let me just run through the agenda so y'all know the order, and then we can begin. First up on the agenda today, we're going to discuss hardwood. Right? Of course, when I say hardwood, I'm referring specifically to types of timber such as ash and hickory. And that's just that. Right, fantastic. That's great. Up next on the agenda today, we're going to discuss log jamming. All right, and when I say log jamming, of course, I mean a pileup of timber in waterways such as the Chattahoochee as it is being flowed into a processing plant. Just that. All right, fantastic. Great. Third up today, we're going to discuss young wood. All right. Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and change that to saplings, because even I have to admit that's a little confusing. So saplings. That's going to be the third thing. So, all right. Fantastic. So we're going to round out our discussion today with talk about immature trees. And saplings being defined as any woody growth less than 4 inches in diameter at the trunk, and without a complete coating of bark. All right, fantastic. So before we get to the meeting today, I'd just like to open it up to any and all questions. Yes, Seth, go ahead.
Yeah, Steve. Since this happens every time, I'd like to ask yet again why we don't change the name to the Northern Alabama Municipal Business Logging Organization to avoid confusion?
Well, Seth, because this is America. And I believe that we're granted a little thing called freedom of association, granted us by our nation's Constitution. Is it a little inconvenient? Yes. But I believe that two very different groups with very similar names can coexist undisturbed in this great land of ours, and maybe, just maybe, we can even learn a little bit from one another.
I thought you said it was due to the number of hits we get on the website.
Yes, that too, sir. That too.
We take you tonight to the Obama administration's latest controversy. In an effort to speed up the president's promise to close the Guantanamo Bay Detention Center, covert security forces are trying some new methods of dealing with potentially hostile detainees. Sources close to Guantanamo released this footage of a security officer with a terrorism suspect. The technique is called waterboying. In an attempt to extract information, uncooperative detainees are forced to watch an endless loop of Adam Sandler films, including The Water Boy, Click, and Little Nicky. In response to the leak, the White House released this statement.
Adam Sandler films are nothing we don't do to our own citizens. We've obtained box office data proving people actually pay to see M. Night Shyamalan films. How does the anti-torture lobby account for that?
But human rights organizations are speaking out.
Just because an interrogation method employs a large-budget Hollywood film doesn't mean it's not psychologically torturous. I know of no man alive who could survive not walking out on the Sandler films our government has chosen. It's appalling.
WBSN 10 spoke with Dr. Michael Gregory, a specialist in post-traumatic stress disorder, about the potential effects of this kind of treatment.
Anyone enduring that kind of waterboarding could be rehabilitated, but only with serious lifestyle modifications. One would have to avoid old episodes of Saturday Night Live and songs of the 80s reminiscent of those in The Wedding Singer. I would advise no more than 7 crazy nights, and even red hooded sweatshirts would be medically imprudent.
Adam Sandler's representatives declined to comment, but paparazzi employer TMZ.com indicates that several of Sandler's pending projects have been put on hold until the impact of his films can be determined.
Trish, this is Mary. Mary says Trish. I'm going to go check on the quiche.
So how do you know Carol?
Oh, her dad killed my dad.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Amsterdam Air Flight 3360, non-stop service from JFK to Amsterdam. If you'll direct your attention to the front, Heidi, Greta, and Saskia will demonstrate some safety precautions you'll need for the flight, and even a few safety tips you'll need once we touch down in Amsterdam. First of all, please make sure your trays and chairs are in the locked, upright position. Please make sure your seatbelts are fastened. Place the flat end into the buckle and pull on the strap until it's firm but not uncomfortable. Release the belt by pulling the top part of the buckle away from you. And when we arrive in Amsterdam, please be sure to only use registered taxis. When walking the streets, please keep in mind that pickpockets are not common, but they are out there. Always tell a friend where you're going, especially during the evening. Now, once you're all settled in Amsterdam, you may be offered some brownies. Please consume these brownies in moderation, as they will affect your perception of space and time. You will likely become lethargic and sleepy. You may even start to wonder how the universe came to be. And you will notice that Blackbird by the Beatles is actually about your Aunt Mary. And if you get hungry after eating these brownies, reach for some Doritos, cotton candy, or Blintzes. More brownies is not the solution here. Also, you may be offered a small pill with a picture of a butterfly, a heart, or a skull and crossbones on it. This pill will provide a strong sense of self-acceptance. After taking this pill, you may feel the uncontrollable urge to dance, dance, dance. Refrain from touching anything, because all objects, even sharp ones, will feel like sumptuous velvet. Please keep water available, as you may become dehydrated. Furthermore, you may be asked to expand your mind with a small square of paper that is placed on one's tongue. If so, please do not be alarmed by the horribly disfigured banshee that stares back at you from the mirror. She's your friend. Oh, and for your own safety and the safety of everyone around you, please do not peel yourself like an orange. You are not an orange. Okay then. And finally, it is important to note that if a stranger provides any of these treats, he or she is likely trying to engage you in sexual intercourse. As is the popular trend in Amsterdam, you may find yourself in what Americans refer to as the Eiffel Tower. Depending on the substances crackling in your bloodstream, this activity may last anywhere from 20 minutes to 7 hours. Once you and your new friends have completed this mystical, sensual journey, go ahead and release the mouth-based occupant. Then go ahead and shimmy forward to release your groin-based occupant. Remember, when in a drug-induced, sweaty flesh tornado, you're the one in charge. Once you've finished, remember to relax as your new friends transform into a furious hydra. Oh, and we just got the signal for takeoff. We'll be in Amsterdam in about 8 hours. Enjoy the in-flight movie, The Anne Frank Story.